Plaintiff Nastasia Betancourt says 3 months after she started dating the defendant, he cheated. Nastasia forgave him, but says he cheated again, and then she found out she was pregnant. Nastasia says the defendant is questioning paternity of their child, so she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Shay Edwards says he is here today to get peace of mind. Shay does believe that Nastasia's child is his, but he needs to know for sure. So he agreed to take the paternity test today.
State your name.
Nastasia Betancourt.
Sir?
Shay Edwards, Your Honor.
Okay. I might, for the first time, y'all might be able to accuse me of being a crackhead.
Did you take some more?
No. But 4 was too much. All right. Folks, the inside joke is this morning I was sneezing, so I took allergy medicine. And then it didn't relieve me quick enough. So I forgotten I took some. I'm sneezing again, and I'm like, I got to do something. So I take 2 more, and I didn't remember I had already taken 2. Years ago when this happened to me, I was walking around like I was drunk. Or I might have even talked crazy up here. So put it on the crack. Not crack, what is it I took?
Allergy medicine.
Yeah, allergy medicine. All right, you all said your names. I'm sorry. Let me hear from you. The envelope will tell you the judgment, so luckily, y'all don't have to worry about my judgment today.
Plaintiff Nastasia Betancourt insists the defendant is the father of her child, but he has his doubts, so she petitioned the court for a paternity test.
What's going on?
Okay, so we met in 2020. We made it official February 2020.
Where did you all meet? How did you all meet each other?
Through a mutual friend, and in Massachusetts, through a mutual friend. And it was very rough in the beginning of the relationship. We both come from, trust issues and all that. 3 months into the relationship, I found out that he cheated. I then forgave him. It was like text messages at 3 o'clock in the morning, things of that sort. I decided to work through it. He's not a bad guy. And then shortly after, his brother passed. And that is when we even hit an even rough patch in our relationship.
Sure.
He did not take it well. He pushed me away. I tried to be there for him. Shortly after, I found out that he cheated again. And I chose to forgive him. I'm a very understanding person. Shortly after that, a couple months later, in September, I found out I was pregnant. We decided to work through it. I already have an older son. I don't want a broken family. And so,
You already have an older son, and therefore what?
I don't want to create another broken family. I want to try to make it work. I was younger.
Okay. So
when I had my oldest.
You ought to have a child together and live together and raise the child in the same household.
Yes.
All right.
Before me, I would say that he pretty much dealt with trash. No other way to put it. How do I know?
Yes.
They did a lot of the tit for tat things. If he cheated, they cheated back. A lot of those games, I don't play those games. I judge a man by his character. And lying, I think, is a bad trait in a man. And so, he believes that somehow it's impossible that all women are the same, and that I retaliated in some shape, way, or form, and that I cheated back. And he started to question, whether the baby was his or not. However, during my pregnancy, he was there. But when the baby was born, he was born early. He was in the NICU. And when he was born, it was not like oh my God, my baby's here type of thing. It was like, where does he look like me type of thing. And so I'm sure that the baby is his. But I'm here today to prove to him that it is, and that not all people are the same.
So his question came from the resemblance in the early days of the child's life?
That, and he was born at 29 weeks, so he was not even developed. Okay. Also because he feels that it's, nobody I don't play those games. I don't cheat back.
And let me just say, most folks are not informed
Yeah.
on the fact that many children don't look like either parent because it may have skipped generations. I look just like my grandmother, whom I've never met. She passed before I was born.
Wow.
Pictures, I look just like her. I look very little to none like my mom. My dad, from the pictures I saw, was darker than Shay. So yeah, they skip generations. I should be telling you that. And those men who are watching as well. I say men because that's whose ego is bruised the most when the child doesn't look like them.
Yeah.
Because many men want to be able to say that.
Yeah.
My son looks like me. My daughter looks just like me. And if they don't, they worried about gossip.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
your buddies, man, you look like your cousin. So that's what that's about. You believe he's the father?
100%.
Well, then so do I. Let me hear this nonsense.
Okay, Your Honor. I'm not gonna, narrate a book like she did, but first and foremost, good afternoon. I'm basically here for just a peace of mind, Your Honor. Basically, like she said, last year my brother died. I wasn't in the best of mind state. I pushed family away, including her. I just want to make sure, 100% fact, that he's mine. And just to make this clear, sir, I don't want to be one of those guys in 18 years come back on the show and find out he's not mine. And just want to get that out the way now.
I got you. I didn't ask, but he gives me the impression that he's a good provider and raises and helps to contribute as a good example, at the very least, if not counselor, to the other children.
He does. I can tell he's holding back with the baby. And
Let me tell you this, men cheat. I'm sorry,
man.
you shouldn't, sir.
Those days
What do you have to say about that? You were unfaithful and you stopped yourself. You got control of yourself.
Of course, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Ain't no, of course, a lot of people haven't, Doc. And when you say that quick, that means you lying.
Plaintiff Nastasia Betancourt insists the defendant is the father of her child, but he has his doubts. So she petitioned the court for a paternity test.
Ma'am,
Yes.
tell me, you heard he says he believes he's the dad, but he wants to make sure. Why was there a question?
Like I said, his past.
Other than looking alike, was that your only reason?
All right, so around the time when she had gotten pregnant with my son, we were we were in like a little bit of a rough patch, arguing a lot, many fights and stuff like that. So like she said, in my mind, anything could have happened. And I just want, like I said again, I just want to be here just to make sure that he's mine.
Okay. And let me say this. If I were to hear that Linda's cheating, my wife is cheating, I'm going to forgive her, particularly if I find out she believes she was wrong and that it was a mistake. I'm going to forgive her, because I've forgiven people for a lot more. I've forgiven people from putting guns to me and lot of things. Strangers I have forgiven. So who wouldn't you forgive? I get all these folks in here about their mother. So I ain't gonna ever forgive her. I'll never remember. I'll never forget what she did. Well, you've forgotten what these folks in school was beating your behind. You forgot and forgave them. So I say, you gotta have some source of forgiveness, particularly if a person is doing their best in the other areas of that institution. Marriage or people agreeing to live committed, and perhaps once you move in, that's almost a common law marriage, you've created an institution. And that institution should not dissolve so easily, which is telling me it has.
Yeah.
And what is your lifestyle like?
I'm not gonna
You work
lie.
full time?
Right now, I work part-time, but I was a felon. I've been out for 3.5 years, so it's kind of hard, to find a good job. Luckily, I got one.
It's a good one you have?
Yeah.
All right, now you're preparing yourself for a future career at night because one job, if that job, what type of industry is it?
I'm a CNC machinist. But right now I'm currently...
They can't turn that into robots?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so basically right now I'm currently in the process of obtaining my Class A, my CDL driver's license.
Good.
Yeah, because I just want to, you know, just get over that threshold.
Good. All right, and you believe that if you give good counsel, good support, and provide a good example, and perhaps even disciplinarian of the household, you think you do that in a good way? Is that important to you?
Yes, yes.
Are your children's education important to you?
Yes, sir.
And do you focus in on that to make sure?
Yes, sir.
All right, and so fatherhood is primarily, in my opinion, based on that. And this is the type of father you want. And I'll just throw that out and hope that he is the father because I've given him so much compliment.
Tune in tomorrow when Judge Mathis will reveal the results of today's paternity test.